You wanna know who I am? Folks call me the Bone Man, ain't my real name, but it's the one that stuck. Tonight on Requiem Radio, we got a story about a lullaby older than the hills it was sung in. A song that promises pretty little horses, black and bay, dapple and gray. But some doors open both ways, and some things that come through them never leave. This one's called The Pretty Little Horses.
The house sat at the end of a gravel lane that turned to red clay after the first hard rain. Mountains rose close on three sides, thick with pine and laurel that never quite let the light through. In the evenings, the air cooled fast and carried the smell of wet stone and wood smoke. That was the hour the child's mother sat on the edge of the narrow bed and sang. She had a low voice, untrained, the kind that stayed close to the bone. The song was always the same. It spoke of pretty little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and grays, a child who would ride them when morning came. The melody moved slow, almost reluctant to finish. When it ended, she kissed the child's forehead, turned down the lamp, and left the door open a hand's width. The first night the visitor came, the door stood open exactly as it always had. The child had already begun to drift when she felt the change in the air, a slight pressure, as if someone had sat at the foot of the bed without making the mattress dip. In the corner farthest from the light, something small and still was watching. It had the shape of a child, or nearly, but the proportions were wrong. The head a little too large, the shoulders too narrow. When it smiled, the mouth stretched wider than any mouth ought to stretch. The eyes caught what little light there was and held it the way a horse's eyes hold the glare of a lantern on a dark road. It only sat and watched until the child's breathing slowed. In the morning, the corner was empty. The visitor returned the next night, and the night after that. Always after the song, always in the same corner. After a week, it began to hum very softly, the same melody the mother had sung. Its voice was thinner, almost reedy, but it knew every note. When the humming stopped, the child understood what was required. The next evening, after her mother left the room, the child sang the song once more under her breath. The visitor smiled its wide, wrong smile and nodded. The child waited until the house settled, then sang in a voice so soft it barely left her throat. The visitor appeared, sometimes closer than the night before. It never touched her. It never asked for anything except the song. The child began to understand the song was not merely a comfort, it was a door. Each time the melody completed, something on the other side was allowed a little closer. The visitor's shape grew clearer, its fingers lengthened. When it opened its mouth to hum, the teeth showed small and even and far too many. One night in late November, the mother did not come. She had taken to her bed with a fever that settled in her chest and would not leave. The child waited in the dark. The visitor arrived without being called, already humming. When the child did not sing, the visitor leaned in until its wide mouth was only inches from her ear and began the first line of the lullaby itself. The child sang every verse. When she finished, the visitor placed one long-fingered hand on the quilt near her knee. The weight was slight, almost nothing, but the cold of it came through the cloth. The mother recovered, though her voice never returned to its old strength. she sang less often. The child began to sing alone every night. Because the visitor grew restless when the song was withheld, it paced the corner. Winter came hard. The visitor no longer waited for the song. It was simply there when the child opened her eyes, already smiling, already humming. It told her the horses in the song were real. They waited in the fields beyond the ridge, black and bay, dapple and gray. And they would carry her wherever she wished, if only she would come. The child understood then that the visitor was not a companion. It was a collector. The song did not soothe it, the song fed it. The child was 7 when she finally refused. She stopped singing. She lay in the dark with her teeth clenched and her eyes open, and let the visitor pace and finally stand over the bed with its too wide mouth open, as if it meant to swallow the silence itself. For 3 nights the visitor grew more frantic. On the 4th night, it was gone. The child slept without dreaming of horses moving through dark fields. Years later, the child, now a woman, returned to the hollow after her mother's funeral. At dusk, she sat on the edge of the same narrow bed, and without meaning to, began to hum the old melody under her breath. The corner farthest from the door was already occupied. The visitor looked no older than it had when she was 7. Its smile was exactly as wide. It tilted its head and waited. Outside the window, the pines moved in a wind she could not feel. Somewhere beyond the ridge, she heard the soft sound of horses walking through deep grass, their hooves making no noise at all. She finished the song. The visitor nodded once, as if a long agreement had finally been ordered, and held out its hand.
You've been listening to Requiem Radio, where music bleeds into the supernatural. And that was The Pretty Little Horses. A story about the songs we sing to keep the dark away, and the things that learn to sing them back. Some lullabies don't put a child to sleep. They open a door that was never meant to open. Ain't gonna be no more tonight. Y'all rest easy, and don't let the dark drive you home.